Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Green. We're doing another Read the Bible in 1 year, day 125, 2nd Chronicles 16 through 18. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, that way you get updated whenever I post a new video. Like the video and also comment. Anything you comment is going to help with the algorithm, even if it's high, thank you, whatever, anything you put is going to be really helpful. Remember, I'm dyslexic and I stutter, so sometimes if I see a big word, I get a little confused. Just bear with me, and here we go. 2nd Chronicles chapter 16. In the 6th and 13th year of the reign of Asa, Baasha king of Israel came up against Judah and built Ramah, and they intend he might let none out go to come to Asa king of Judah. And Asa brought up our silver and gold out of the treasures of the house of the Lord and out of the king's house, and sent to Benhadad king of Syria that dwelt in Damascus, saying, There is a league between me and thee, and there is a war between my father and thy father. Behold, I have sent thee silver and gold. Go, break thy league with Baasha king of Israel, that he may depart from me. And Benhadad hearkened unto King Asa, and sent the captains of his armies against the cities of Israel. And they smote Ijon and the Dan, and Abimelech, and all the stores cities in Naphtali. And it came to pass, when Baasha heard it, that he left off building of Ramah, to let his work cease. Then Asa the king took all Judah, and they carried away the stones of Ramah, and the timber thereof, wherewith Baasha was building, and he built therein Geba and Mespaz. And at the time Hananiah the seer came to Asa the king of Judah, and said unto him, Because thou hast relied on the king of Syria, and not relied on the Lord thy God, therefore the host of the king of Syria escaped out of thy hand. Were not the Ethiopians and the Libyans a huge host, with their many chariots and horsemen? Yet because thou didst rely on the Lord, he delivered them into thine hand. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong on the behalf of them, whose heart is perfect towards them. Herein thou hast done foolishly, wherefore thou henceforth shalt have wars. Then Asa was wroth with the seer, and put him in a prison house, for he was in a rage with him because of this thing. And Asa oppressed some of the people at the same time. And behold, the acts of Asa, first and last, lo, are they written in the book of the king of Judah and Israel. And Asa in the 30th and 9th year of his reign was diseased in his feet, until his disease was exceedingly great. Yet his disease he sought not the Lord, but to the physicians. And Asa slept with his fathers, and died 41st year of his reign. And they buried him in his own sepulchre, which he had made for himself in the city of David, and laid him in the beds which was filled with sweet odors and divers kinds of spices, prepared by the apothecaries' art, and they made very great burning for him. 2nd Chronicles chapter 17. And Jehoshaphat his son reigned in his stead, and strengthened himself against Israel. And he placed forces in the fortified cities of Judah, and set garrisons in the land of Judah, and in the cities of Ephraim, which Asa his father had taken. And the Lord was with Jehoshaphat, because he walked in the first way of his father David, and sought not to Baalim, but sought to the Lord God of his father, and walked in his commandments, and not after the doings of Israel. Therefore the Lord established the kingdom in his hand, and all Judah brought to Jehoshaphat presents, and he had riches and honor and abundance. And his heart was lifted up in the ways of the Lord. Moreover, he took away the high places and groves out of Judah. Also in the 3rd year of the reign he sent to his princes, even to Baal, to Obedad, and to Zechariah, and to Naphtali, and to Mechanah, to teach the cities of Judah. And with them he sent Levites, even Shemaiah, and Nathan, and Zebediah, and Ashiel, and Sermoth, and Jonathan, and Adonijah, and Tobijah, and Tobadijah, Levites, and with them Eshema and Joram priests. And they taught in Judah, and had the book of the law of the Lord with them, and they went about throughout the cities of Judah, and taught the people. And the fear of the Lord fell upon the kingdom and the lands which were round about Judah, so they made no war against Jehoshaphat. Also some of the Philistines brought Jehoshaphat presents and tribute silver, and the Arabians brought him flocks, 7,700 rams, and 7,700 he-goats. And Jehoshaphat waxed great exceedingly, and he built in Judah castles and cities in store. And he had much business in the cities of Judah, and the men of war, mighty men of valor, were in Jerusalem. And these are the number of them according to the house of their fathers. Of Judah, the captains of thousands. Adonai the chief, and with the mighty men of valor 300,000. And next to him was Johanan the captain, with him 280,000. And next to him was Amasai the son of Zerach, who willingly offered himself to the Lord, and with him 200,000 mighty men of valor. And of Benjamin, Eldai, a mighty man of valor, and with him arrested men with bow and shield 200,000. Next to him was Jehozabad, which is him 180,000, ready prepared for the war. And these waited on the king, besides those who the king put in the fenced cities throughout all of Judah. 2 Chronicles chapter 18. Now Jehoshaphat had riches and honor and abundance, and joined affinity with Ahab. And after certain years he went down to Ahab in Samaria, and Ahab killed sheep and oxen for him in abundance, and for the people that he had with him, and persuaded him to go up with him to Ramoth Gilead. And Ahab king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat king of Judah, Wilt thou go with me to Ramoth Gilead? And he answered him, I am as thou art, and my people as thy people. We will be with thee in the war. And Jehoshaphat said to the king of Israel, Inquire, I pray thee, at the word of the Lord to your day. Therefore the king of Israel gathered together of prophets 400 men, and said unto them, Shall we go to Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall we forbear? And they said, Go up, for God will deliver it to the king's hand. But Jehoshaphat said, Is there not here a prophet of the Lord besides, that we may inquire of him? And the king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, There is yet one man by whom we may inquire of the Lord, but I hate him, for he never prophesies good unto me, but always evil. And the same as Micaiah the son of Imel. And Jehoshaphat said, Let not the king say so. And the king of Israel called for one of his officers, and said, Fetch quickly Micaiah the son of Imlah. The king of Israel and Jehoshaphat king of Judah sat either of them on his throne, clothed in their robes, and they sat in a void place at the entering in of the gate of the Samaria, and all of them prophesied before them. And Zekiah the son of Chinadad had made him horns of iron, and said, Thus says the Lord, With these shalt thou push Syria until they be consumed. And all the prophets prophesied, so saying, Go up to Ramoth Gilead and prosper, for the Lord shall deliver it into the hand of the king. And the messenger that went to call Micah spoke to him, saying, Behold, the two words of the prophets declare good to the king, which with one absent. Let the word therefore, I pray thee, be like to theirs, and speak thou goodly. And Micah said, As the Lord liveth, even what my God saith, that I will speak. And when he was come to the king said unto him, Micaiah, shall we go to Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall we forbear? And he said, Go you up and prosper, for they shall be delivered unto your hand. And the king said unto him, How many times shall I adjure thee that thou shalt say nothing but the truth to me in the name of the Lord? Then he said, I did see all Israel scattered upon the mountains as a sheep that have no shepherd. And the Lord said, These have no master. Let them return therefore every man to his house in peace. And the king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, Did I not tell thee that he would not prophesy good unto me, but evil? Again he said, Therefore hear the words of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting upon his throne, and all the host of heaven standing to his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, Who shall entice Ahab king of Israel, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one spoke, saying after this manner, and another said after that manner. And they came to out of spirit, and stood before the Lord, and said, I will entice him. And the Lord said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit to the mouth of his prophets. And the Lord said, Thou shalt entice him, and thou shalt also prevail. Go out and do even so. Now therefore, behold, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of these thy prophets, and the Lord has spoken evil against thee. Then Zekiah the son of Chenadad came near, and smote Micah upon the cheek, and said, Which way wilt the Spirit of the Lord for me to speak to thee? And Micah said, Behold, thou hast seen the day that thou shalt go into the inner chamber to hide themselves. Then the king of Israel said, Take ye Micaiah, and carry him back to Amal, the governor of the city, and to Joash the king's son. Then said, Thus say the king, Put this fellow in the prison, and feed him with bread in affliction, and with water of affliction, until I return in peace. And Micaiah said, If thou certainly return in peace, then has not the Lord spoken by me? And he said, Hearken, all ye people. So the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat the king of Judah went up to Ramoth Gilead. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, I will disguise myself, and I will go into battle. but put thou on thy robes. So the king of Israel disguised himself, and they went into battle. Now the king of Syria had command of the captains of the chariots that were with him, saying, Fight ye not with small or great, save only with the king of Israel. And it came to pass when the captains of the chariots saw Jehoshaphat, that they said, It is the king of Israel. Therefore they compassed about him to fight. But Jehoshaphat cried out, and the Lord helped him, and God moved them to depart from him. For it came to pass when the captains of the chariots perceived that it was not the king of Israel, they turned back again from pursuing him. And a certain man drew a bow at the venture, and smote the king of Israel between the joints of the harness. Therefore he said to his chariot man, Turn thy hand, that thou mayest carry me out of the host, for I am wounded. And the battle increased that day. Howbeit the king of Israel stayed himself on the chariot against the Syrians until the eve, and about the time of the sun going down he died. Well, guys, that's the video. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, like the video, and also comment. I'm going to put a couple links on the screen. The bottom right is going to be the Read the Bible a 1-year study. The top left is going to be a playlist I think you're going to like. And the bottom left is going to be a video YouTube things you're going to like. If you know somebody that might benefit from this study, please share it with them. And you can also share it on social media. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.